Hi everyone, welcome to the week 7 focus video for MH510 Alpha in the fall of 2024. This week we're going to be talking about New Left history. The consensus ain't the consensus no more. As usual, 2 discussion questions. I know it seems to get repetitious, but repetition and pounding it into our heads is probably one of the better ways to learn. Although not limited to the U.S., the New Left School of History developed most fully in the United States during the late 1950s through the early 1980s, though its effects are still widely felt. People still describe themselves as New Left historians, to include some newly minted historians. It arose largely as a reaction to the consensus national school and as a result of the civil rights movement and the protests against both the Vietnam War and the prospect of nuclear war. Based on your reading thus far in Arnold, Gaddis, Novick, Tosh, Truman, and Williams, as well as additional readings that will be on the next slide, what are 3 characteristics of the New Left? What do you think the strengths of this approach are? And what weaknesses exist within the New Left approach? Your second question is, how does the New Left School of History differ from Marxist history? The subject of week 6's discussions. First, for the first discussion question, the first thing you need to do is figure out what the New Left is. And then there's several essays linked online for you. And understand as well that the historiographic school of the New Left is not precisely aligned with the political New Left. So don't wander into all of the politics involved with the political New Left. I want you to stick to the historiography. New Left history also tends to be history from below, or social history is another way to describe that approach. What are the strengths and weaknesses? And as always, you can use the links above to be as sources for your primary post. How does the New Left School of History differ from Marxist history? I would approach this by comparing and contrasting the characteristics you developed in week 6 and week 7. I would then compare those and contrast the strengths and weaknesses as well from week 6 and 7. Then develop your thesis. Start off your post with that thesis, expanding, explaining, and defending that thesis with evidence from multiple sources. Your annotated bibliography is also due this coming Sunday on the 13th of October. If you see this before the 6th of October, then it will be the next Sunday, the 13th. Your annotated bibliography is due. An annotated bibliography is used as a stepping stone towards completion of major research projects. As such, it serves to encapsulate the main arguments, notable features, and connections between a source and your topic. Complete an annotated bibliography for your historiographic essay. See the week 10 historiographic essay assignment. Your annotated bibliography should include at most 5 books or monographs, scholarly please, and at minimum 10 scholarly journal articles. Each entry should contain correct bibliographic details per the Chicago Manual of Style Requirements, as well as approximately 1 paragraph of text. For relevant details, see the following links. And then we're going to get into some details. Respond to the following in your annotated bibliography, and then you will provide a research update. And the research update is, I'll talk about that in a minute. First question to ask yourself as you do the annotations, what is each author's overall thesis? They may not be, in the book, they may not address your topic per se in their research question and thesis statement, but they've got a whole chapter devoted to it. So what is their overall thesis? What is each author's argument or thesis in terms of your topic? How does the author's background and perspective influence his or her product? This does not have to be a full-blown author analysis, just the high points. If you're writing about American foreign policy, say the Cold War, and you find a number of historians from the University of Wisconsin, that's where they're teaching or that's where they got their PhDs, that's a good indicator that they're probably of the revisionist school and that they apply that in their writing about the Cold War. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking for here when we talk about the author's background and perspective. If the guy is a Marxist, does his work reflect Marxist writing? What types of evidence do they use? I know, primary and secondary. Drill down a little bit. If they're using primary sources, are they using government documents? Are they using military orders and maps and after-action reports? Are they using statistical data? Are they using letters and diaries? So what sorts of evidence do they use? How does it fit into your topic? Both in a general sense of the nationalist progressive consensus, etc., school of interpretation, but also what school of interpretation with regard to your topic itself. For instance, the A-bomb was a military necessity or the A-bomb was a warning to the Soviets. Where do they fall within the topic in terms of what their argument is? For your research update, this is informal. Imagine you've got 10 minutes in my office and you want to tell me where you're at. That's the way to think about this. First, be sure to tell me what your topic is. How has your research to date affected your topic? Have you had to broaden it out? Have you had to narrow it? Have you had to take it from a totally different direction? What techniques have provided the most fruitful lines of search? Which have been the least fruitful? What problems do you anticipate in terms of this term's historiographic essay? And subsidiarily, this is not critical. You do not have to pick this as a capstone topic. But does it have potential as a capstone topic? Is it something you might want to pursue in greater depth? What questions do you have? What problems are you having? Is there anything I can help you with? So there you go. That's what you need to tell me. A cover sheet and title page, 12-point Times New Roman font in the body text, 10-point Times New Roman in footnotes if you have any. The bibliographic information is in the Bibliographic Chicago Manual of Style format, 14th chapter format, with a hanging indent and single-spaced. Annotations can be either single or double-spaced, but please double-space your research update. Do not forget the naming convention, and it's due Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, October 13th, 2024. With that, I'm done. Y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you around the campus. Bye-bye.